We've had this question in a lot of different ways, but it says it really does look like the JNC put together some of the best provisions of each of the contracts. But there are things that a lot of us are used to that are no longer there. And so, tell us about some of the challenges in putting these contracts together. And Kevin Lum, I think you gave a really good example yesterday at the Dulles Roadshow.
Sure. So to sort of retell what happened in Dulles yesterday, a comment was made that, there are things that are different in the TA from what flight attendants are used to seeing in their respective contracts. And I think, quite frankly, the statement was made, you said there would be no concessions. And I think it's important for everyone to understand that, first of all, a concession is certainly depends on who's looking at it as to whether it's a concession or not. It's sort of in the eye of the beholder. And as the example, we'd like you all to take a look at, if you have the summary that you got from the website, that the one that looks like this, you would look at page 9. And if for some reason you have the summary that looks like this, it is page number 12. And we're going to look at the provisions for international layover minimum legal rest. For our example. And if you look down the column at the line that talks about flight time of 14:01 to 16 and a half hours, and you can see that it's 22 hours rest free from duty. Under the current United contract, that provision provides us with a minimum legal rest of 33 hours. Under the Continental contract, that flight time would get a minimum legal rest of 12. So that is the situation that the JNC faced from the very beginning, that we had two different contracts that addressed things that we're all familiar with in two different ways. You have one airline that has 33 hours rest and one airline that has 12. And where were we going to go? Couldn't really get everyone to agree to the 33, and we couldn't get everyone to agree with the 12. So we met in the middle at 22. And ironically, everybody kind of looks at that as a concession. And so we're sort of asking everyone to take a step back and look at these things in a different way, and that it's not that there was a right way or a wrong way to do things, in this case minimum legal rest. It's just that we did them differently, and in order to put the contracts together to go forward, we've chosen, in this instance, 22 hours, and we think that that is a good way to address both groups of employees going forward, and we've done that with as many sections as possible to get the best benefits we could out of both books.